So there's a theory floating around in some circles, some intellectual circles, and that theory is the government created the Crips. The government created brick and mortar, elbow grease, hard work with their own hands, molded and created, thought of it, the Aryan Brotherhood. Now take a second to digest that, because if you're the kind of person who isn't a thinker and you're a feeler, as I like to say, you need to exit. Take your Kleenex and walk out, exit stage left, because this channel is for people who like to think, people who are mental, not physical. You understand? So yeah, man, there's a theory out there saying that the government created the Aryan Brotherhood brick by brick. They created the Crips brick by brick, and they are actually responsible for all the gang violence that's going on in the world. There's a very interesting theory out there that says, hey, look what was going on in the 60s, the 70s. The crime, yeah, they had problems with heroin in New York City and other cities in the 70s. And the 60s, they had general crime problems. Homicides were an issue, but it wasn't nearly an issue as it is now. And basically, crime was at a manageable level. It was proportional. It was proportionate to the population. So it was expected crime. It wasn't like, okay, why is there so much crime for such a for this population? Why is it like it's a small population, but it's so much crime in this small community? It wasn't like that. In the old days, crime was proportional to the community. So there are people out there who are saying that the government created gang violence in order to create a stream of income. The government created the Crips, the government created the AB, and the government actually was working with the founder of the Crips, Raymond Washington, the founder of the AB, and all of these other gangs, Western Familia, BGF, all of these other gangs. And the reason why George, what was his name? Damn, the guy who created the BGF, George, look, man, hold on, man, I forgot it. George Jackson. How can I forget a name like Jackson? But they say that George Jackson actually really went on that mission to go at the police. He decided to commit death by suicide by cop because he understood that what he was in, it was all a sham. He realized that the government actually created the organization that he was a part of, so he didn't want part of it anymore, and he was going to fight against the system because he found out what they were doing. They created all of these gangs so that they can generate a stream of income, and so that they can keep the divide and conquer going, because there's business in racial division. If you got, and it's business in crime. If you got a violent neighborhood, you understand, a ghetto with a lot of crime, a lot of drug dealing and stuff like that, you get more money budget wise. You generate money from the court system. Think about how many millions of dollars are made in the court system in the past 30 years just on possession of marijuana charges and stuff, So crime creates income. And it also, it also works towards the social agenda of the people who I call the powers that be. And I'm not going to get too deep into that because I'm on YouTube and I don't want to, I'm trying to walk a tightrope. But at the end of the day, man, there is a theory out there that says that George Jackson actually went against the California correction officers and voluntarily committed suicide by cop, simply because he found out that everything was a lie and that the BGF, the Aryan Brotherhood, all of these gangs all across America were created by the government, and they worked hand in hand with the leaders. We found out that the Black Disciples leader, David Barksdale, was actually working with the police. That's been proven. So I don't know. That's somebody else's theory. It isn't mine, so keep that in mind. Don't criticize me. I'm just putting it out there. And yeah, man, it just makes you think. Peace.